Alright, so let's move on to something that, was related to word problems, okay? So it's what we call rate times rate distance problems, okay? So here's a formula you have to know. Rate times time is equal to distance. So it's saying like, rate is like speed times time, right? Is equal, well, to your distance. So rate and speed, they're interchangeable. So let's read a problem here and let's try to solve it. So let's try number 1. It says an aircraft carrier made a trip to Guam and back. The trip there took 3 hours and the trip back took 4. It averaged 6 kilometers on the return trip. Find the average speed of their trip. Okay, so it's talking about how it had a trip to Guam and back. So let's say this is home, and say this is Guam. Okay, so it's saying that we went there and then we went back. All right. So what we can know is that the time that the rate times time going to Guam, the distance is going to be the same as going from home to Guam, and then from Guam to home. The distance is going to be the same. So this is how we can solve this problem. All right. So we can say that the rate, all right. So R, and I'm going to put like H to G. This little subscript H to G, right, times the time from H to G is equal to the rate, alright, times from G to H times the time from Guam to home. Okay? So it's saying the rate from home to Guam times the time from home to Guam is equal to the rate from Guam to home times the time from Guam to home. Okay, so what information are we given? We're given that the trip there took 3 hours. So we know that T from the trip from home to Guam is going to be 3 hours, okay? We know that. It's given. Alright. And it says that the average the average of the going home took let's see 6 kilometers on the return trip. So the rate going home, so Guam to home, alright, that was 6 kilometers per hour. Okay. Alright, what else do they give us? It says, and the trip back from, so that the time from going Guam to home took 4 hours. So, what we want to know is what is the average rate or speed going from home to Guam. Okay? So, this shouldn't be too hard. Alright? Since we can rewrite this, alright, into an equation by just saying that this is equal to 3 times R, okay, we'll say H to G is equal to 6 times 4. So 6 times 4 is 24. So R, alright, we have to divide by 3 to solve for R. So R is equal to 24 divided by 3, which is 8. So the average rate for going home to Guam is going to be 8 kilometers per hour. So rate is always distance over time. So it's going to be kilometers per hour. And the reason why that is if you look at this formula right here, rate times time equals distance. Okay, to solve for rate, it's going to be distance over time. In this case, it's going to be distance kilometers over time, which is hours. So it makes sense.